As the tsunami wave from the Anak Krakatoa eruption hits the coast, Indonesian pop singer Ivan is knocked unconscious and dragged into the ocean.
Jadi akhirnya aku bangun, karena aku harus nafas ya. Bangun lagi, terus ada beberapa kayu dan besi yang memang menghantam kepala aku gitu. Tuk, 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 gitu, karena itu banyak sekali barang. Sampai akhirnya aku bisa berenang ke permukaan. Tarik nafas yang dalam. Orang-orang di situ teriak tsunami. Jadi aku pikir ini kiamat atau mimpi nih gitu.
Witty is in the resort when he hears the commotion. There is no time to react.
Tahu-tahu ombak air laut itu sudah menabrak ruang meeting yang kira-kira tinggi air itu sekitar di atas 3 meter. Langsung lari ke arah pintu keluar. Saya mencoba lari keluar, refleks. Tapi saya sudah tidak bisa lari. Saya kena terjangan ombak tsunami itu.
It's extremely difficult to survive a tsunami flood. This is why it's extremely important never to hesitate for even a few seconds to evacuate. If you recognize that a tsunami is about to happen, or if you hear a tsunami warning, evacuate immediately.
So after I ran inland and I saw the first wave of the tsunami, I were able to outrun it. And I was standing and just thinking, like, what was this? I immediately thought about my family, and then I could hear the sound of the ocean disappearing, and I knew that, well, something more is coming.
Tsunamis are rarely one wave. Tsunamis are usually a train of waves, and the second or the third wave are larger in the tsunami wave train.
While Oyston rushes to his family, Witty is caught in the first wave.
Saya ke bawah ombak kurang lebih 20 meter. Saya terselamatkan di belakang ruang meeting itu ada pohon besar. Saya pegang pohon. Ketika saya sadar di bawah pohon itu, semua lampu, electricity semua mati. Jadi kondisi gelap, tapi yang ada memang orang-orang minta tolong untuk dibantu. Jadi saya hanya berdoa supaya semuanya diselamatkan.
No one knows yet the magnitude of the disaster, but if it's anything like the Boxing Day tsunami of 2004, the fallout will be catastrophic. A 9.1 magnitude earthquake struck 240 kilometers off the coast of Indonesia. The ocean floor fractured.
A piece of land the size of California, close to about 800 miles long, moved up about 60 feet. That triggered a huge motion in the ocean.
The earthquake wasn't felt on land, and with no warning systems in place, people remained on the coasts, oblivious to the danger. 15 minutes later, the tsunami slammed into coastal Indonesia, waves as high as 30 meters. For over 7 hours, it surged into 14 different countries, flooding cities and wiping out entire villages. The energy released by the earthquake and tsunami was equivalent to over 1,500 times that of the Hiroshima atomic bomb.
The 2004 Boxing Day tsunami was unfortunately the deadliest tsunami we know of. It killed over 250,000 people. It was an international disaster. People from over 50 different countries in the world died in the Indian Ocean tsunami.
No country was hit harder than Indonesia. 170,000 people perished in the province of Aceh alone.
I think the biggest lesson that we've learned in the 2004 tsunami was to be prepared.
Following the 2004 tsunami, a detection system known as DART became fully operational across the Pacific. It employs a pressure recorder anchored to the seafloor. and a surface buoy receiver transmitter.
As the tsunami passes by, a transducer sitting on the seafloor senses the change in pressure, sends a signal to the buoy, and then the buoy sends a signal to a satellite. And these buoys, first of all, confirm that the tsunami was generated, and second, tell us how big the tsunami wave is.
The DART system can provide enough of an early warning for tsunami events that initiate far offshore. But for those that occur very close to land, it's far less effective.
Right now, the best we can do for tsunamis that happen just offshore is 10 to 20 minutes. That's not good enough. In some cases, tsunamis arrive on the target coastline in less than 10 minutes. We really need to get down to reducing the warning time to 5 minutes or less.
Anak Krakatoa is only 48 kilometers from the Tanjung resort on the Indonesian coast. When it erupts and collapses to create the tsunami of 2018, there is just no time for an early warning. Exactly 14 years after the Boxing Day tsunami, it's happening all over again. As the first wave retreats, Øystein makes it to his family.
I got into the room where my wife and kid were staying. I woke them up, and at this particular moment, the second wave that was larger than the first wave crashed into the hotel. The hotel was shaking, and you could hear that the water was flowing around it. And I looked out the window, and I could see that the wave had gone around the hotel. So it was quite a scary experience. I was just thinking was that I need to get my family and myself into safety.
As the threat of another wave looms, Ivan has already been swept out into the sea.
Itu jauh banget daratannya, itu udah jauh banget. Akhirnya aku dikumpulin sama mungkin sekitar 80-100 orang yang selagi panik dan saling tarik-menarik antara satu sama lain.
Their chances for survival are slim. At 30 centimeters, the force of moving water makes it difficult to walk. By 50 centimeters, even cars begin to float, but it's still possible to navigate through the water. But as water rises towards 70 centimeters, the chance of dying in a tsunami jumps to over 70%. The critical height factor, the knees. By 1 meter, the chance of dying is essentially 100%.
Once you get carried by the tsunami, it's extremely difficult to survive it. Tsunamis carry a lot of debris. It's like being in a concrete mixer with nails and 2x4s and piece of wood and stones. You'd get tumbled. And contrary to what most people think, people don't die from tsunamis because they drown. People die because of tsunamis because of puncture wounds, because they get thrown into hard surfaces, or they get hit by objects. Once the tsunami reaches land, then all bets are off. You don't have a chance.
For Ivan, that means fighting staggering odds.
Ada yang nyolok mataku gitu, ada yang ngejambak, ada yang nyekek gitu. Karena mereka pun coba buat survive dengan cara yang menarik siapapun yang timbul gitu. Karena nggak semua orang bisa berenang, apalagi di tengah laut, dan nggak semua orang nggak panik.
Ivan sees a table floating amongst the debris. It's a glimmer of hope if he can just stay afloat.
Aku coba bertahan di meja itu. Jadi satu orang lagi datang, terus kita bertiga bertahan di meja itu tenggelam. Akhirnya tenggelam lagi, di situ sebenarnya nafasku udah habis, nafas dan tenagaku udah habis sih sebenarnya di situ.
As the water recedes from the second wave, Whitty climbs down from the tree. The possibility of yet another wave means he must act quickly.
Menyampaikan semua tamu karyawan yang ada di sekitar itu, saya minta tolong supaya dievakuasi semua tamu ke Cikadu namanya. Itu dataran lebih tinggi, tapi jarak cukup jauh, kurang lebih 5 kilo dari kita. Banyak sekali warga di situ kumpul, tapi mereka memang juga kondisi panik, bingung, karena tidak ada tanda-tanda, tidak ada peringatan, tidak ada sesuatu yang memang kejadian gempa tidak ada.
Tsunamis evolve so fast. They move way faster than hurricanes or tornadoes. So they come out of nowhere. A lot of people are caught completely unaware of what is happening. It's like a silent killer.
And for Ifan, it's a fight for survival.
Instingku sebagai manusia memang membuatku bertahan gitu. Karena aku juga bisa berenang, jadi aku coba berenang gitu.
Ifan comes across a black box floating in the ocean. It's a case for the band's lighting equipment. He grabs it and holds on for dear life.
Banyak mayat yang nyenggol-nyenggol badan. Banyak.
After the second wave retreats, Oyston and his family take their shot and run for the forest.
The only thing in my mind was to get onto higher ground. People were scared because we were wading through water, and some people had fell and had problems getting over the roads. It was a difficult position to be in, of course, especially since you're traveling with kids. When we arrived uphill, maybe around like 50, 100 meters above sea level, we tried to make a more calm setting for my 4-year-old son. And we were lucky because the people, the locals up there were very friendly, and we felt safe.